Smile, my first love. It's already been 7 years. Funny how the seasons never stopped. I found our picture in an old box today, and suddenly the room felt warm again. Some memories still make my eyes wet. Some memories still make me laugh. We dreamed of tomorrow with empty pockets, believing love would be enough. Life chose another road for both of us, and we had to let each other go. The goodbye hurt more than we ever said, but I still treasure every smile we shared. Sometimes I cry, sometimes I smile. A single photograph can't hold both at once. If you're somewhere beneath the same blue sky, I hope your days are filled with gentle light. Even if our names never meet again, I'll be thankful for the love we knew. You were my first hello, my sweetest memory. I don't know where life has taken you now, or whose hand you're holding these days. Maybe you found a quiet happiness. Maybe you're smiling more than before. Thinking of that somehow makes me smile, even through the tears. Distance couldn't erase the good times. Time couldn't steal the little moments. The picture may have faded, but the warmth never disappeared. May every sunrise welcome you kindly. May every dream find its way to your heart. I'll keep walking with grateful memories, and you'll always have my silent wish. No more regrets, only warm smiles for the story we once called love. Wherever this life leads us, I hope your tomorrow is brighter than today. Thank you for every beautiful memory. Smile, my first love. 7 years ago, found an old picture inside my drawer. Dust on every corner once before. 7 winters gone by, still your smile can find me every time. You left your homeland, chasing brighter days, crossed an open sea through hopeful haze. Life had other plans, dreams were carried far beyond our hands. The sirens echo through that silent night. Nothing felt the same after goodbye. 7 years ago, you smiled beside me. Now that photograph still keeps you near. You were taken far beyond the sky. I just watched your shadow wave goodbye. No more letters came, only quiet streets, remembered names. Time kept rolling like an empty train, slowly washing every trace of pain. Still I save that frame like a song that never truly fades. 7 years ago, you smiled beside me. Every faded line still warms my heart. Maybe someone holds your hand today. Maybe laughter filled your little place. If your mornings shine, that's enough to ease this heart of mine. 7 years ago became forever, though we never shared our wedding day. If our roads were meant to drift apart, I'll still thank the days you filled my heart. When I see that photograph again, I'll whisper softly, please be happy then. Goodbye, my first love. I knew somehow we'd lose our way long before we said goodbye. You held a dream I couldn't follow, and I could see it in your eyes. You wanted days of honest labor to build a life with your own hands. I feared that road would leave us weary, so I chose a different path. We loved each other more than enough, but love couldn't change our minds. We stood together, holding hands, while our futures pulled apart. Different roads, same love, that's the sorrow I still carry. You chose the life your heart believed in. I chose the one that felt like me. No one betrayed, no one lied. There was no one left to blame. We only wanted different lives, and love could not make them the same. You weren't afraid of harder days or tired hands at end of night. You found a meaning in that struggle, a kind of truth I couldn't find. I chose a world of thoughts and words, a quieter way to make my life. And every dream that pulled me forward was taking me away from you. I wish that one of us could change, but that would have meant losing ourselves. So we chose pain instead of pretending, and slowly said our last farewell. Different roads, same love, that's the sorrow I still carry. You chose the life your heart believed in. I chose the one that felt like me. No one betrayed, no one lied. There was no one left to blame. We only wanted different lives, and love could not make them the same. Sometimes I wonder late at night, what if I'd walked your road with you? Would we have made it through those years, or would I have lost myself too? Maybe somewhere you wonder too if you should have followed mine. But we both knew deep in our hearts love couldn't choose our lives. Different roads, same love, and I still miss what we had. Not because we chose the wrong way, but because goodbye still makes me sad. I hope the road you chose was kind. I hope your hands built what you dreamed. And though my road went far from yours, you're still a part of me. Different roads took us away to lives we had to choose. We kept our dreams, we kept ourselves, but still I lost you. You went your way, I went mine. No anger, no one to blame. Just different roads and the same love that couldn't stay. I still remember the quiet room, the faded walls, the afternoon. You sat across a table from me, so close to touch, but not to reach. I tried to smile, you did the same. We talked of things that meant so little. I thought somehow we'd meet again, so I just watched you walk away. If I had known what goodbye meant, I would have stayed a little longer. I would have held your face in my eyes and kept that moment forever. If I had known it was the last time, I would have looked at you a little more. I would have memorized your every smile before you disappeared behind that door. I would have said what I couldn't say. I would have told you, please don't forget me. But I'm still thankful after all these years that I saw you one last time. The years have passed since that afternoon, but some old memories never leave. Sometimes your face comes back so clearly, like you're still sitting across from me. I wonder if you knew somehow that we would never meet again. While I believe there'd be another day, you were becoming my last memory. If I could return to that small room, I'd waste no time on empty words. I'd let the silence say everything my heart was too afraid to say. If I had known it was the last time, I would have looked at you a little more. I would have memorized your every smile before you disappeared behind that door. I would have said what I couldn't say. I would have told you, please don't forget me. But I'm still thankful after all these years that I saw you one last time. Maybe goodbye doesn't always warn you. Maybe the last time feels ordinary until the years have passed you by And one small moment becomes everything. I couldn't hold you, I couldn't stay, I couldn't know what waited ahead. But at least this heart still has that day, the final time I saw your face. If I had known it was the last time, I would have stayed until they called my name. I would have watched you for one more second before that door took you away. And though it hurts even now sometimes, there's one small thing that comforts me. Before our story faded into years, I gotta see you one last time. So many years have come and gone, still that afternoon remains. I didn't know it was goodbye, I'm just thankful I saw you one last time. I still remember that winter night. Your hand was warm inside of mine. Christmas lights were everywhere, and snow was falling through the air. We ran beneath the colored lights like we had all the time in life. You pulled me close and laughed so bright, I never knew we'd lose that night. We were young and so in love, I thought there'd be 1,000 more. How could I know that Christmas night would never come for us again? Our first Christmas, our last Christmas, but we didn't know it then. We were laughing on the rides, making wishes hand in hand. If I had known what time would take, I'd have held you closer then. Our first Christmas, our last Christmas, still comes back to me again. We rode the wheel above the park and watched the city glow below. You leaned your head against my shoulder while Christmas music played so low. We took a picture by the tree, your frozen cheeks were turning red. You smiled at me like love was endless, and I believed every bit of it. We talked about another winter, another tree, another year, but life was already moving somewhere we could never follow together. Our first Christmas, our last Christmas, but we didn't know it then. We were laughing on the rides, making wishes hand in hand. If I had known what time would take, I'd have held you closer then. Our first Christmas, our last Christmas, still comes back to me again. Carousel, the falling snow, the way you said you love me so. Funny how the happiest memories can become the ones that hurt, because we never said goodbye to the Christmas we thought would return. Our first Christmas, our last Christmas, now I finally understand. We were holding our whole story in those young and careless hands. I wouldn't trade that night away, even knowing how it ends. For one Christmas I had everything. You were mine and I was yours. Our lights went out, the snow was gone, the years moved on, but somehow I stayed. In our first Christmas, our last Christmas, with my first love once again.